Today we'll be discussing internet infidelity, how it manifests, and ways to protect your relationship from internet infidelity, and also just some basic information about how infidelity occurs over the internet and the effective treatment for it. Okay. So today we're in a day and age where social media, emailing, and basically the use of technology is very prevalent and used daily in our lives. So, for starters, there's social media in regards to Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all these different avenues that we can explore that we can connect us to other people that are actually turning out to have some negative effects on our relationships. So, internet infidelity typically occurs, let's say a couple's having relationship problems, and then all of a sudden, one of the partners decides that they're going to reach out to certain friends or old flames or whoever it may be. It may be new relationships too, because over the internet it's also recurring. Like chat rooms are also included in this as well. So they may be talking to these people about what's going on in their relationship, and really just out to find what it is that they're missing in their own relationship. So typically, it's a lack of connection between the partners or a limited ability to discuss the problems that are going on in their relationship. And then one partner becomes kind of interested in seeking support elsewhere. So therefore, they're using the internet as this platform to find another connection. So that's typically how we're starting to get into these. Some of them start as being very not the intention of it leading to infidelity, but that they start in a way where it's friendly. Their partner knows that they're talking to people on social media, and they're not worried about it because it's something that they both use. And then one partner may kind of slide into the area where it becomes kind of secretive, or the content of the conversations are swaying to the point where they are not conversations that they would want their partner to see. And then we're getting into a whole big mess there of how these conversations can lead to an emotional affair where you're getting into arguments with your partner, and you're then reaching out to this person via chat when you're not talking to your partner, when you're going through the stonewalling stage of your relationship, and you're both not speaking to each other, and you're finding that support elsewhere, which is really damaging your relationship. And then sometimes in these cases become where the infidelity does lead to them deciding to meet up, and then sex ends up happening, or other detrimental things like that occur. Okay. So a lot of times they're using the internet because it's acceptable. Usually your partner knows that you have your Facebook, your Instagram, your other social media. It's accessible, so you can access it literally anywhere. Affordable, and it's anonymous. And a lot of times too, nowadays there's Snapchat that can be used too, where your messages are only saved for like a few minutes at a time, and then they're deleted, so there's no paper trail for your partner to see. So then there's that kind of element of secrecy and knowing that no one's going to know what you all are talking about that comes into play. So some tips for protecting your relationship from internet infidelity, I would definitely say, are to make sure that you are able to talk with your partner before this even becomes an issue. Learning really how you can have effective conversations with your partner is going to be a critical piece in this, and so that way your partner feels like they can come to you about anything. You all can have communication where you're able to agree to disagree at times, and it's okay, and not feel like that's the end of the world or the end of the relationship, or where you're able to say, we're not going to go to bed mad. Just having set rules in your relationship. And this includes also making sure that you have good affection, and you're able to turn towards each other. So like I was mentioning before, being able to turn towards each other and talk to your partner when you have an issue, but also your affection, being able to have rituals of connection, whether it's a kiss before you guys go to bed, or different things in place where you're sending messages to each other throughout the day, or different things like that that kind of keep your relationship fresh, keep each other up to date on each other's lives, and knowing what's going on in each other's worlds is really important. Having a partner where they feel like you don't understand what's going on in their world, or you don't have an interest in what's going on in their day-to-day life, that's can be a red flag to kind of lead to some of this internet infidelity that we're trying to eliminate. So definitely being sure that you are practicing good relationship strategies before this becomes an issue. Some other tips are when you feel like your relationship is to the point where you're really struggling with communication and you're really struggling with how to connect to each other, reach out and go to therapy. I mean, there's big stigma about what couples therapy means, and it means your relationship is bad or failing, but really, couples therapy is good for couples even when before the issues become an issue, and therefore it will kind of safeguard the relationship and protect it from these things happening later down the road. So we definitely want to be practicing some self-help behaviors to kind of help your relationship, reading books, learning each other, playing games together, really enjoying each other's time and company, and being able to find compromises in areas where you all struggle. So those are going to be important, just some tips to protect your relationship from internet infidelity. Also, I'll add to that, whether it's internet infidelity or infidelity in general, just being transparent with your partner. No secrets, no need to close out of your screens when your partner walks in the room. Like, those things will make it easier for your relationship, and it will reduce the risk of you all even having to wonder what's going on behind your back and that kind of thing. So just being transparent, I cannot stress that enough. Transparency is really important within the relationship. And then to provide some information in regards to the treatment of infidelity, internet infidelity, basically the therapist needs to address this resentment and issues of power and control in the relationship. What was going wrong for the partner that had to reach out? What was it in the relationship that was missing? How can we improve these different things? How can you work on the partner who committed the infidelity, their anxiety, because it's going to occur, afterwards when you're in the process of working towards healing the relationship. And also there will be triggers for the person that the infidelity was committed against. There'll be triggers. Internet will be a trigger. Smartphones will be a trigger. Anything that is points of access to other people through the internet is definitely going to be a trigger. So learning how you're going to move forward and work on some of those things is going to be really important as well, to reduce the amount of conflict and really just put your all into your relationship and move forward. You also want to be exploring what unmet expectations were there within the relationship, relationship discord, and also any major issues that were traumas within the relationship that were not explored. So really want to put ourselves fully into that to figure out what was missing in the relationship and how we can make sure that internet infidelity does not occur in the future. I would say that recovery from internet infidelity is possible if the couple really wants to go the extra mile and put in the work to make their relationship work. It's going to involve a lot of time and a lot of patience, because like I said, the triggers are going to happen randomly, and they're going to really push the relationship to see, how bad you want it, how bad you want to put forth this time and effort to saving this relationship. So, and we also want to make sure that at that point, there's no communication with the person that the partner reached out to. And transparency at that point will definitely have to be a big eye-opener, and there we have to be some rules established within the relationship in regards to what that's going to look like. On the plus side, too, you can take that trigger of technology and make it into a positive within the relationship, where you all use apps to document important dates for each other, or you play games together on the apps, or you're syncing calendars. So really just kind of figuring out if there's any way possible that you can turn technology into a positive and pull out the strengths of your relationship at that point, because of the fact that technology isn't going anywhere. So we do have to figure out how we can work around it and move forward successfully. So those are some information about infidelity via the internet and how to protect your relationship and how to move forward if it does happen in the relationship. I hope that was helpful.